Deputy Secretary General, this is your first time in Geneva after you have assumed your new post. Welcome.
Thank you.
And you're here particularly in your capacity as Chair of the Water Supply and Sanitation Collaborative Council. Tell us a little bit about that and how that links up to all of the SDGs.
Well, a very special moment, because what I have is an opportunity to situate the work of the WSSCC, which is Goal 6.2 on sanitation, within the context of the wider SDGs. So a lot of the work that we're doing right now is seeing how we can work more collaboratively across countries, across partnerships, across constituencies. There are millions of people that don't have a life of dignity just because they're not able to have a decent and a clean toilet. So coming here is just about that. It's about putting governance into it, the rights-based agenda, because we have to make sure that we achieve these rights.
All that you've just mentioned, we tried to do the first 15 years of this century through the Millennium Development Goals. And we actually achieved some extraordinary results in many ways. That shows that we can do it if we work much more collaboratively, if we work across issues, across organizations, if the political will is there. How do you make the connection between the MDGs and the SDGs today?
MDGs delivered on specific outputs, but really getting a system to come together that underscores sustainability. How does one get a toilet for life that is clean, that has water? That's really what we're looking to do in the SDGs. So there is much more question to how you place this within the whole picture of development and not siloing it and deciding that it's about a toilet. It's more than a toilet. It's about facilities. It's about infrastructure. It's about women, poverty, dignity, health, and threading those all in.
What you just said speaks directly to one of the central tenets of the SDGs, which is leave no one behind. And of course, another tenet is that we're all responsible for making sure that that happens. In your discussions and scanning the horizon and looking at the way different member states and different heads of state are picking up on that challenge, where are we? What's the scorecard?
Where are we now? Well, we're in the middle of trying to see how the system itself can better deliver on the goals. You see that the heads of state respond to the SDGs as an agenda that was well thought through, and they have ownership of it. But I think the real challenge that we have now is trying to operationalize it on the ground and to really think through how a Minister of Finance will pull together the strands of the SDGs in the different sectors. This, I think, is a challenge, and this is where the United Nations really has to lift itself and respond to those requirements of member states.
Operationalizing these goals is what it's all about. Impact, how we're making sure that this actually happens. And you are in Geneva, International Geneva, which is the operational hub of the system with over 30 different UN organizations, all of them with a mandate to actually help make this happen. How do you see the role of an integrated ecosystem that we have built over many years here? And how can we make sure that we strengthen even more the commitment that is really very clear and embedded here to the extent where we can help everybody else get to where we need to get?
The imperative is that we do this on the ground at the local level in countries. And to do that, we have to be more collaborative. Across from New York and UNDP, UNICEF, UNFPA that do amazing work, but need to connect with the brothers and sisters that we have here in these different specialized agencies. One of the struggles that we had as we shaped the agenda was how we put the human rights agenda at the center of this. And so I think that we have to find that balance in taking each of the goals, the agencies who have specific mandates, a collaboration of using each other's comparative advantage and not the competition, because that's good sometimes, but sometimes, when you're competing, the elephants are, battling it out and the grass is getting trodden on. He has to find the comparative advantages, the new skill sets for collaboration, for bringing resources, bringing expertise together so that you can better support member states to do that.
Thank you very much. We have a huge challenge in front of us, all of us.
We do.
But it's doable. And it's exciting.
It's very exciting. We own the goals. I think we got the highest possible ambition. And as we look at each of the icons, every one of them has a story to tell. And what we hope is that we can translate that into the lives of people.
Great. Thank you very much.
Welcome.